Every year, billions of people around the world celebrate Christmas on December 25th. But have you ever stopped to wonder why December 25th? The Bible doesn't actually tell us when Jesus was born. There's no mention of the date anywhere in the New Testament. So how did December 25th become the most celebrated day in Christianity? The answer takes us on a journey through ancient Rome, pagan festivals, and a fascinating mix of astronomy, religion, and cultural evolution. By the end of this video, you'll understand the real reasons behind December 25th. And trust me, it's far more interesting than you might think. Here's something that might surprise you. The Bible is actually silent on when Jesus was born. The Gospels of Matthew and Luke describe the nativity story, the manger, the shepherds, the star, but they never mention December 25th, or even winter. In fact, some evidence suggests Jesus' birth might have occurred in the spring. The Gospel of Luke mentions shepherds watching their flocks at night, which would have been unusual during the cold Israeli winter. Most biblical scholars today agree that Jesus was probably born sometime in spring or early fall, not December. Early Christian writers like Irenaeus and Tertullian never mentioned birth celebrations. Origen of Alexandria even mocked Roman birth anniversaries, calling them pagan practices. For the first 2 to 3 centuries of Christianity, Jesus' birthday simply wasn't celebrated. Easter was the most important Christian holiday. So if the Bible doesn't tell us, and early Christians didn't celebrate it, where did December 25th come from? To understand December 25th, we need to go back thousands of years before Christianity even existed. Since prehistory, the winter solstice has been significant in many cultures. The winter solstice occurring around December 21st in the Northern Hemisphere is the shortest day and longest night of the year. After this point, daylight begins to increase again. For ancient peoples, surviving winter was life or death. The return of longer days meant warmth, food, and hope. It was cause for massive celebration. In Scandinavia, this festival was called Yule. Fires were lit to symbolize the heat. In light of the returning sun, a Yule log was burned on the hearth in honor of Thor. In Anglo-Saxon England, the winter solstice was generally deemed to be December 25th. And midwinter could mean both the winter solstice and Christmas. But the most influential winter celebration happened in ancient Rome. In Rome, people celebrated Saturnalia in honor of Saturn, the god of agriculture. Saturnalia was celebrated from December 17th to December 23rd, right around the winter solstice. And this wasn't some quiet religious observance. It was a hedonistic time when food and drink were plentiful. During Saturnalia, social norms were turned upside down. Masters served their slaves. Courts and schools closed. People exchanged gifts. Homes were decorated with evergreen branches. Sound familiar? But there was another crucial Roman festival on December 25th itself. December 25th was the date of the winter solstice in the Roman Empire, and the Roman festival Dies Natalis Solis Invictus, birthday of the unconquered sun, had been held on this date since 274 AD. Sol Invictus was a sun god. In the 3rd century, the Roman Empire celebrated the rebirth of the unconquered sun on December 25th. So by the time Christianity was becoming a major force, December 25th was already deeply significant, associated with the sun's rebirth. Gift-giving, feasting, and celebration. The church in Rome began formally celebrating Christmas on December 25th in 336 AD during the reign of Emperor Constantine. This is the earliest clear record we have. But why would the church choose this specific date? There are 2 main theories. Theory 1, the substitution theory. The substitution theory suggests the church chose December 25th to appropriate the Roman festival Sol Invictus, as Constantine had made Christianity the effective religion of the empire. Some speculate this had the political motive of weakening pagan celebrations. Rather than trying to ban these popular festivals, the church simply gave December 25th a new Christian meaning by holding Christmas at the same time as traditional winter solstice festivals. Church leaders increased the chances that Christmas would be popularly embraced. The early church linked Jesus Christ to the sun and referred to him as the Son of Righteousness. Augustine of Hippo preached that it was fitting to celebrate Christ's birth at the winter solstice, because it marked when daylight begins to grow. Just as the sun was reborn at the solstice, Jesus, the light of the world, was symbolically born at the same time. Theory 2, the calculation theory. But there's another explanation. The calculation theory proposes that December 25th arose from early Christian chronography rather than from an effort to supplant pagan festivals. The Roman Christian historian Sextus Julius Africanus dated Jesus' conception to March 25th, which after 9 months would result in a December 25th birth. Early Christians first sought to determine Jesus' death, placing the crucifixion on March 25th, drawing on the integral age concept that a holy figure's conception coincides with death. Christians inferred a March 25th conception, yielding a December 25th birth. Evidence for December 25th as the Nativity appears in Christian sources by the 3rd to 4th centuries and may be contemporaneous with or earlier than Sol. Christians might have been celebrating December 25th before or around the same time as the Romans established Sol Invictus on that date. Once Rome adopted December 25th, it spread rapidly. The feast was introduced in Constantinople in 379, in Antioch by 388, and in Alexandria in the following century. The custom spread to Egypt by 432, and to England by the end of the 6th century. By the Middle Ages, December 25th was universally accepted across the Christian world. Even as Christianity spread, many old pagan customs survived. They just got new Christian meanings. The Yule log became a symbol of Christ as the light of the world. Evergreen decorations, which pagans used to symbolize life persisting through winter, now represented eternal life through Jesus. Gift-giving was reinterpreted as honoring the gifts the Magi brought. By the Middle Ages, Christianity had replaced pagan religion. On Christmas, believers attended church, then celebrated raucously. The church had successfully transformed pagan winter festivals into a Christian celebration, but much of the festive spirit remained the same. December 25th isn't the only Christmas date celebrated around the world. When Europe switched from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar, dates shifted. Many Orthodox churches still use the Julian calendar and celebrate Christmas on January 7th, which is when December 25th would have been on the Julian calendar, and the Armenian Apostolic Church celebrates it on January 6th. The word Christmas means Christ's Mass from Middle English Christomass, from Old English Christmas. Other languages reflect the nativity theme, Navidad in Spanish, Natale in Italian, Noel in French. So, why is Christmas celebrated on December 25th? The honest answer is, we don't know for certain. Jesus was almost certainly not born on December 25th, and the Bible doesn't give us a date. What we do know is that December 25th emerged in the 4th century, and there are two main explanations. Either the church strategically chose it to overlay pagan winter solstice festivals, transforming the celebration of the unconquered sun into a celebration of the Son of God, or early Christians calculated the date mathematically based on when they believed Jesus was conceived, which happened to align with the winter solstice. Most likely, it was a combination of both calculation and cultural strategy working together. What's undeniable is this: December 25th became Christmas because it worked. It connected Jesus' birth to a time of year that already held deep meaning, the return of light after darkness. Whether you celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday or cultural tradition, December 25th carries with it thousands of years of human history. Our ancestors' hope for light in the darkest season, now transformed into a global celebration. And maybe that's the most beautiful part. A date chosen not for historical accuracy, but for symbolic meaning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, did this change how you think about December 25th? Merry Christmas, whenever you choose to celebrate it.